with the last topic. This is soulbound token ERC5192. I will address this last topic, and then guest speaker from NFTBank will give us invited talk about NFT business. So I will spend maybe 15 minutes or 10 or 15 minutes to explain soulbound token. Okay. Let's imagine the scenario. When I graduate a college, I can the college give me a certificate as an NFT. So it's diploma NFT, but usually NFT can be transferable. So what if I send my diploma NFT to someone else? Wow, it's problem because I don't have my graduation certificate anymore, and someone will get a fake certificate with my NFT. So some types of NFT must be non-transferable. Here comes SBT, soulbound token. Soulbound token is a non-transferable NFT. Usually SBT is permanently tied to a specific individual, and then that individual cannot send this NFT. So it will be a kind of proof of something. But SBT creates many new use cases for NFTs. Do you know the term? Have you heard about the term soulbound? Actually, the term soulbound comes from World of Warcraft. There is soulbound items, which is non-transferable items in WoW. So Vitalik Buterin take that word soulbound and then combine token. So soulbound token is non-transferable NFT. And ERC 5192 is a minimal soulbound NFT specification interface. It's minimal, so very minimal. And also it's very new. It's very new. It's maybe it finalized a few months ago. So now currently there is no code about ERC 5192. And also I think it is not difficult to implement soulbound token. So there is no that kind of reference implementation. There are many use cases for soulbound token. Academia can use soulbound token for education certificate. When you, for example, when you finish this class, you can get this class certificate or accomplishment certificate as a soulbound token, SBT. And also we can mint SBT for identity verification, like a driver license and other license. And also we can put very individual data, some data information, important information on individual, like criminal history or medical history, and then other application can see that data and evaluate the credits of individual. So it is credit verification and also award. This class will reward top project as SVT. So we will mint SVT awards to top projects. And also we can create exclusive membership, which is non-transferable to others. So you can think about many different use cases using SVT. This is SVT interface ERC5192. It's very simple. 2 event and 1 function. This function locked function locked the token, not to transfer. So if you want to implement your SVT token, you can inherit this interface as well as ERC721. Unfortunately, there is no reference implementation of SVT from OpenJetBrains. So I look for another implementation from a test state. It is a sample implementation, so you don't need to stick to this implementation. It is kind of reference. There is tons of different way to implement SVT. As you can see, this implementation define modifier check lock. If is locked variable is true, this modifier will revert with error error message with error event. And this code implement locked function. This locked function set is locked. But in this case, in this code, the locked variable is contract wide. It means we cannot set each token's locked variable. So I think it's common. It's common. So we don't want to mix. We don't want to SVT. We don't want to mix SVT and NFT in a single contract. So in this case, when it said is locked variable is true, this contract is SVT contract. As you can see, each transfer function and approve function has check locked modifier. So if they will, these functions are called check lock modifier will be run first, and then if it is SVT, it will be reverted. Yeah, it's very simple. And then we can create our own SVT token with ERC5192 implementation. I inherit that contract, and then I create SVT token with this contract. You may be familiar with this code because it is totally same as my NFT contract, which I explained earlier. And the difference is locked variable. And also this contract will be created by factory contract, the calling contract. You learned this factory pattern in the last week. And mint NFT will mint each SBT and then set token URI. So when you implement SBT, you have to inherit ERC 5192 and then ERC 7281. So this implementation already inherit ERC 7281. So you don't need to inherit ERC 7281. And this is a factory contract. In this contract, we set is locked variable as true. And in the constructor will create SVT instance and deploy this contract on Ethereum. And then this factory contract has mint function. This mint function will call SVT's mint NFT functions. So the last function, transfer test function, it is for testing. When we call transfer test function, this function will call SVT's transfer from function. It will be reverted. It should be reverted. The interesting is if you set is locked variable as false, this contract runs as an NFT. So you can use this contract for both NFT and SVT with is locked variable. Okay, that's it. So actually implementing SVT is not that difficult. It's totally same as NFT, but SVT case, in SVT case, you cannot transfer. So you don't need, you cannot approve or you cannot transfer. So you just use, any other application, your off-chain part can see SVT, and then that part should do something for SVT holders. Okay, let's wrap up. We learned 3 different token standard, ERC 721 and NFT, and ERC 1155 multi-token standard, and ERC 5192. 92? It's misspelled. 92, not 29. 92 SVT. So it's very difficult to memorize these numbers, specification numbers, and also you learned IPFS and Pinata. So actually in the world and blockchain industry and Web3 business, NFT is very important to create new service, Web3 style service. So I recommend you be familiar with NFT and SVT or multi-token, and then you think about new business with this token standard, and we can put a lot of different things, digital items or digital data into this spec, and then we can make another different way of business. Okay, I finished my part, and I think invited speaker is not there still. Originally he said he has some conflict of schedule, so he will be late in 20 minutes. So I spent 20 minutes more, but he is not here. So I think I need to talk about NFT business more. Today's lecture was technical lecture to develop NFT, but I have a lot of experience to start NFT business back in 2020, 2021. At that time, NFT boom was started. NFT boom, NFT, actually, digital art initiate the boom of NFT. So, back in 2021, yeah, that's right. 2021, many digital artists minted NFT, and then these NFT, digital art NFT, are sold a lot with high price. So, and also these NFTs, and then some project teams designed another style of NFT project. It is called PFP project. PFP means profile picture NFT. So profile picture PFP. So those companies minted 10,000, usually 10,000 NFTs with different images, like gorilla images or rabbit images, and then they sold 10,000 NFT to public. And if someone buy that NFT, they will get some benefit from the companies or the communities. And that those projects make some roadmap to enhance the value of PFP NFTs. And so they designed many things like virtual world, metaverse, or games using PFP NFTs. So back in 2021 and 22, there are tons of PFP NFTs. So you can see that NFTs on OpenSea, but unfortunately, those NFTs price went down from last year, because in the crypto world, there was winter came, and the price of fungible tokens and non-fungible tokens went down. So currently, many PFP projects turn off their business, and some of them are doing their business until now, and they changed their strategy into increasing their IP value, and they changed their business into IP business. So I think it's feasible. So in the near future, some project like BAYC or some other PFP project, major PFP project, will create very valuable IP with their NFT, and then 2 or 3 years they will create new service using their IP, or they can collaborate with other companies, big companies like Nike or Adidas. Okay, I shared some history of NFT from back in 2020 and 21, but still there is no invited speaker. So if you have any questions on today's class, please ask me. I have to spend more time.
교수님, 저 병원에서 일하고 있는 청강생인데요.
네네.
네, 한국말로 좀 질문하겠습니다.
네네.
죄송합니다. 조금 전에 그 NFT 쓸 수 있는 데 있어서 병원에서 메디컬 히스토리 사용할 수 있다고 예시를 들어주셨는데, 사실 저희 병원 입장에서는 환자 개인정보가 굉장히 민감한 정보라 가족관계 증명이 안 돼도 증명서를 발급해 줄 수 없을 정도로 엄격하게 단속을 하거든요. 근데 그거를 NFT로 활용을 한다면 환자 입장에서는 프라이버시를 보호하고 뭐 의료진께서 아마 활용을 하시는 입장으로 쓰실 것 같은데 어떤 식으로 그게 응용이 될 수 있을지 좀 궁금합니다.
오케이. 이거 좀 복잡한 거라서 한글로. Sorry, I have to answer in Korean because it is a little bit complicated, and then I summary my answer in English. 사실 이거 되게 어려운 문제입니다. 되게 어려운 문제고요. 이미 병원 쪽에서 메디컬 쪽에서 일하고 계셔서 아시겠지만, 메디컬 데이터는 블록체인이나 이런 거의 이슈가 아니고 법적인 이슈가 더 크잖아요. 개인 정보에 대한 그 프라이버시 이슈가 크고, 그래서 사실 블록체인을 그쪽에다가 쓰겠다고 하는 시도들이 많이 있어요. 그리고 NFT나 이런 거를 통해서 할 수도 있어요. 뭐냐면은 NFT로 그 사람의 그러니까는 내가 나의 NFT를 들고 있다라는 거를 어디를 가서든 증명할 수가 있거든요. 내가 원래만 있으면. 그리고 메디컬 인포메이션은 블록체인에 저장하지 않고 그 아까 말씀드린 오프체인 쪽에 뭐 어떤 프라이빗한 스토리지 같은 게 있겠죠. 메디컬 정보를 저장하는 그까지 가는 링크를 NFT에다가 저장을 하는 거죠. 이래가지고 간접적으로 저쪽을 액세스할 수 있게 해주는데, NFT가 해주는 역할은 뭐냐면 그 스토리지를 갈 수 있느냐 마느냐는 키의 역할을 하는 거죠. 그런 역할을 하는 거고, 이게 이제 메디컬이나 이런 쪽에서 굉장히 한번 고려를 해볼 만한 요소는 뭐냐면, 사실 이거를 NFT가 아니더라도, 블록체인이 아니더라도 기존의 방식으로도 이런 걸 구현할 수 있어요. 뭐 웹서버 같은 걸 두고 사용자가 오케이를 해줘야만 그 정보가 다른 데로 가든가 뭐 이렇게 해줄 수가 있는데, 문제는 뭐냐면 블록체인이 아닌 방식으로 했을 때는 오퍼레이터가 이거를 핸들링 할 수 있는, 매니플레이션 할 수 있는 가능성이 있는 거예요. 그러니까 병원이 그 정보 우리는 유저가 오케이 하지 않고는 절대로 안 썼어요, 이렇게 말해도 거기에 대한 신뢰를 100% 확신하기는 어렵다는 거예요. 근데 만약에 NFT나 블록체인으로 의료 정보를 액세스할 수 있는 키를 관리한다라고 하면 이거는 정말로 유저가 했다는 게 완전 개런티가 돼요. 그래서 병원이나 이런 쪽에서도 절대로 이걸 가지고 뭘 할 수 있는 방법이 없습니다. 그래서 이런 형태로 하면은 병원의 라이어빌리티를 굉장히 줄이는 방식으로 메디컬 데이터로 활용할 수 있는 가능성이 있어요. 물론 여기에 대해서는 좀 더 연구가 필요하긴 한데, 되게 어려운 문제긴 한데, 뭐 블록체인을 잘만 활용하면 그런 가능성이 있다라고 답변을 드리겠습니다. 오케이.
감사합니다.
Yeah. In summary, in English, actually, the students ask me how we can utilize NFT technology and blockchain technology for medical data, because medical data is very critical to privacy. So we cannot leverage medical data for other uses. So how can we use NFT to utilize medical data? So my answer is, it's very difficult problem. And if we use blockchain to control user data by user themselves, medical companies or hospitals can reduce their liability, and they can increase the trust that they don't control user data. So it is my answer. And finally, we have our invited speaker, and we have just 40 minutes. So where is 민수, Daniel?
네, 저 여기 있습니다.
Okay, I will share
네.
host privilege. Okay, I will answer other question later after invited speaking. Please wait for, or I write answer in chat box. Okay, I will briefly introduce Daniel from NFTBank. Daniel is NFTBank founder, and actually he graduated UC Berkeley in computer science, and he is a serial entrepreneur. So this is maybe third startup or second startup, and NFTBank is very famous in the world, especially in crypto world and Web3 world, because they are the first mover to evaluate the valuation of NFT, and they expanded their business to financial sectors with NFT. So please give him a round of applause.
Should I speak in Korean or English?
English.
Okay. Hi guys, I'm Daniel. I'm a CEO and founder of NFTBank. So today, actually, I prepared some material regarding NFTs and NFT finance, but then I guess it's quite difficult or very complicated for the newcomers in crypto, or people who just want to learn about NFTs. So I will briefly go over what NFT is and how it works, and then what's the ecosystem on top of NFT ecosystem. But then I will talk more about how I got started within the NFT scene, and then how NFTBank itself got started. Okay, so let me. Oh, wait a second, please. Okay, let me share the screen again. It's quite bumpy. Okay. Can you see the slide here?
Yes, we can see.
Okay. And again, I'm Daniel from NFTBank. I used to work for the GroundX with Jason. Jason was my boss. I was a data scientist there. In the GroundX, before launching the Clayton, which was the blockchain core, but the layer one solution, our job as a data scientist was to analyze Ethereum blockchain traces, so that we can transfer that learning into Clayton later on. So we analyze a lot of digital footprints within the Ethereum blockchain. And then during that time, I learned about NFTs. It was back in 2018. You guys have heard of OpenSea. It's an NFT marketplace. It's like a eBay or Amazon in crypto. So the OpenSea just opened up their service, and then a small number of people used to trade their NFTs in the marketplace. That's why we have like the trading activity data. We can source them from Ethereum blockchain node. So we analyzed how people really traded their NFTs and then how they consume and use their Ethereum tokens. So we learned that more and more people are got interested in NFTs, and then they are really spending like quite a lot of money, quite a lot of Ethereum, just to buy the small, like the JPEG, the pictures. So I got really fascinated about how people were treating NFTs. That's why I got involved in a lot of different Discord channels to really learn and how really people thought about NFTs itself. So, but then as time went by, I learned that people were really having a hard time to figure out the prices of their NFTs because there were no way or no information that could tell them the right value or right prices of their JPEGs. That's why I decided to build a very small application just to tell you what's the price of NFTs that they were holding. So this is a My Crypto Heroes. This is the first NFT gaming project. It's built by Japanese startup. So it's very clumsy, right? Let me wait. Oh, yeah, here is a video. So for the MCH NFT, I built a valuation model that can show the prices of NFTs listed in the market. So let me click. Okay, this is OpenSea back in 2018 or 2019-ish. And these are NFTs from MCH. These NFTs were listed for sales. So you could click it and then you can send Ether and then get NFT back. So here I built a Chrome extension on top. And once you click that, it pops out, and then it shows NFTs in the market with optimal price range and then opinion. So undervalued or overvalued. And then you can search specific NFT and then get the price trend and the optimal price distribution. So this was my toy project for the MCH community. So the communities the community really like this because this was the first time for them to really understand what they're holding. So as I built this kind of small like toy project, I learned that there are a lot of data that we can really use to build a better stuff in crypto space. So I got started with this kind of very clumsy and toy project. And now the NFTBank is the most well-known NFT asset management portfolio management service. So once you come here, you can plug in your wallets, like crypto wallets, that we aggregate all of your NFTs within same place, in a single place. And then it is not only showing the NFTs that you have, but also you can have access to other financial services like NFT lending service. So today's topic, I will talk more about like NFT finance and then how the financial ecosystem is evolving on top of NFT ecosystem. So on the right, this is the NFT loans. You can use your NFTs to borrow money against your NFTs. So let me go further. Okay, here is the NFT financial ecosystem. So here on the left, we have NFT lending services and the NFT rental service, and then NFT pricing, and then fractionalization. This is a really tough concept, and then others, right? So before getting into NFT finance stuff, I will tell you a little bit about NFT itself. So NFT itself is just a interface. It's like a just it's a quite technical term. So NFT itself doesn't tell you anything, but with the NFT technology, you can put the very abstract value within it. For example, like digital art, right? You can put the artistic aspect into this NFT tag, right? And then, or you can put the gaming item into the NFT tag, or you can even put the principal or interest that you will earn by lending out money, right? You can use it as a certificate. So NFT itself is just tech, but then more important is what you're putting inside this NFT, right? So that's why, like, until last year or 2 years ago, the NFT art was, it got a lot of hype, right? Like people learn about NFT for the first time through NFT digital art, right? But then later on, like people learn about like profile picture, like Bored Ape, like it's a very like it's a monkeys, like apes with different traits. And then nowadays with the NFTs they are holding, they try to use it as an underlying assets for the bigger financial ecosystem in the Web3 ecosystem. So NFT lending, for the NFT lending, you can put your NFT to the smart contract or their service, and then you can borrow money from the platform. And then for the rental, this is mostly for NFT gaming projects. So you don't have items for the certain NFT games, but then you can rent from someone else, some other players, right? And then with that items, you can play the games, and then you can earn like the token, and then you can give back what you borrow, and then you can make profit out of it, right? So for these players, all they need is the pricing. So unless you know the price of a certain NFT, you cannot lend out money, right? So for example, you have some NFT, and then you want to borrow like 10 ether or like $1,000, then you have to really convince me that your NFT is that much worth. So the pricing oracles or NFTBank provides those kind of information to both entities so that they can negotiate better in a more informed way. Just tell me if this is too complicated. I can just skim it and then tell you more about like how NFTBank got started. But then yeah. Anyway, for the NFT lending stuff, there are two ways of borrowing money and lending out money. So for the P2P NFT lending protocol, involve two people, person A and person B. And the person A puts his or her NFT and then borrow money from the person B, right? The pros of this kind of protocol is the customized loan term is possible. So as long as you understand the value of that NFT, then you are willing to lend out the money that is worth, right? And then, but the difficult part is that it's really hard to find the counterpart, right? So you have really good NFT that you think it's worth like $1,000, but then it's really hard to find people who really understand this is really $1,000, right? That's why new protocols are coming up to, you know, really like make better way of doing this. So for the NFT lending, like P2P NFT lending protocol, it's working like bank. So the lender just put their money into the protocol, and then the protocol itself finds the borrowers and then match make. So the pro is the liquidity is instant, but then the cons is that the capital efficiency is quite low because the bank cannot very precisely like appraise your NFT. That's why it's more conservative in terms of lending out money. So NFTBank is a price oracle. So we are providing the right value of NFT. But not only that, we also we are also a big lender in the market. So since we know the price of NFT and then the risk associated with it, we know that which term is good for us to lend out money. That's why we are one of the biggest lender in the market in NFT lending space. This is a promissory note. For a P2P lending protocol, like one of the famous P2P lending protocol is NFTFi. So within NFTFi, like once you lend out money to the borrower, then the lender also gets an NFT, which is this one, promissory note. It's like a bond, like stock and bond. For the bond, you lend out money, and later on in the future, you get the money back with interest, right? So here, this one itself is a NFT. That's why you can trade with other people. So here, principle, this is how much money you lend out, and then how much money you will get later on. And then this represents the interest, how much you get, right? And then how long you lend out, and then when this loan got started, and then when you will receive money back. So this is quite interesting because you can also trade that with other people. So you can easily liquidate, or you can really clear your position before at the end of the bond itself. So this kind of innovation is coming up these days. So some people hold a lot of NFTs, and then they are just JPEGs on their wallets. And that's why they are thinking of more utility using their NFTs. That's why more and more projects are coming up to use those NFTs in the financial term. So NFTFi is building NFT lending, and then some other players are also building like NFT lender services so that they can utilize NFTs in a more efficient and more useful manner. Yeah. I'm not sure whether whether this topic is like appropriate for today's discussion, because it's getting into some rabbit hole. Oh wait, yeah. So as I said, like more and more financial Legos and more complicated stuffs are coming into this space. We are like NFTBank is building a very unified and common financial term for the term for so that the any players in this market can easily understand the how the financials are for the players. So this is an example. So we built the financial statements for those kind of like protocols like NFT-Fi. So we build a balance sheet, income statement, and cash flow statements. And this is a TradFi level like accounting statements. So the reason why we are building this kind of stuff is that it's evolving so fast, but then still like there is no strict common way of understanding the financials in this market. That's why there are a lot of sketchy things are going on as well. But then people couldn't understand how like it's going on or what's going on really. That's why as time goes by, like more and more like traditional like financial stuffs are coming also into the Web3 so that we make more and more robust financial system. Okay, here. So as I said, like more and more like interesting financial stuff is coming up, like NFT ETF, NFT lending, or NFT derivatives, or P2E, like it's like a fund, and then all they need is like very precise valuation and then more robust risk management tool. For these, NFTBank is providing like on-chain and off-chain transaction, like on-chain and off-chain analytics, so that with that data, we build this kind of module which can support these kind of applications.
Daniel, I think it is a quite advanced issues in NFTs. So can you explain how you can evaluate NFT? It looks very difficult because NFT price is highly volatile and there is no reference to measure exact valuation. So how can we evaluate NFT?
Yeah, that's a good question. So it's really hard to value NFTs, especially for the digital art. It's really hard, right? Because there is a lot of quantitative, like very qualitative factors matter a lot in terms of for the digital arts. That's why NFTBank is not really focusing on digital art. Rather, we focus on gaming NFTs or any NFTs that have like quantifiable factors. So before getting into like jumping into that, I will tell you briefly the general problem in valuing NFTs. So why is it so hard? Like NFT itself is very illiquid. So compared to Ethereum, Ether or Bitcoin, it's really hard to trade. If you go to like Upbeat, Bithumb, or Binance, you can easily buy and sell your ETH, right? There are a lot of counterparties, and you can easily sell and buy. But then for NFTs, unless you really understand the value of it, then it's hard to buy. And then often the NFTs are quite expensive, and there is a very high entry barrier, right? That's why it's illiquid. That's why since this is illiquid, there are not many trades. There are not many like buy and sells compared to tokens. That's why there is a small number of sales data, which contribute to the difficulty in price discovery, right? If you have a lot of like evidence or a lot of like historical data, then you can easily come up with your own rational or justification for the price. But since there is not many sales data, the price discovery is very hard, and consequently it also hinders the sales again, right? That's why the vicious cycle goes on and on. So to come up to tackle this problem, there are different ways. For example, time weighted average price. This is just average price of the tokens, the NFTs. So for example, you have like certain NFT collection, then you can just average the historical price, right? And then for the second way is to build a machine learning model so that it predicts the price of current NFT, like current prices of the NFTs. And then peer-to-peer pricing is quite tricky. Yeah, I will skip this. For our approach is to use machine learning technique. So we combine 3 different models. So one is traditional machine learning model, for example, like XGBoost or gradient boosting model. And then for the second module, we use demand model. And then for the last, we have to deal with the outliers or wash trade. So we combine these 3 different models to come up with the final valuation model. So for example, the demand for the demand models, basically what this is doing is to figure out the effective demand in the market. So like to come up with a price, it's all about supply and demand. So how much supply is there or how much demand is there compared to the supply, right? So the price is coming from the equilibrium of the supply and demand. So, but then in NFT, the supply is quite inelastic, so it's not changing much. So the problem is to figure out the demand curve. So for the demand curve, we are trying to figure out how many people are out there in the market who want to buy certain NFT. So it's very similar to recommender system. So for example, in the Netflix wants to figure out how likely you are going to watch certain movie or certain drama, right? So they use a lot of different user behavioral data to come up with how likely this certain person will watch this. Similarly, like for a certain wallet, certain crypto wallet, how likely this wallet will buy certain NFT at some price. So we figure out the probability, right? And then for example, like wallet profiles, like number of NFTs sold and bought, and favorite NFTs, purchase range, average price. And then also we use NFT profile itself. So number of bids or offers or historical prices this NFT has gotten so far. So with this kind of metadata, we figure out the probability of certain person buying certain NFT. So we aggregate all of this together so that we come up with, for example, we have like 100,000 users, and among 100,000 users, how many will buy this NFT if this NFT is given at a certain price. So with that, we rank them. For example, this is a CryptoPunk 1137 and 355 and 7349. We rank them based on the number of count, using the count that we got by aggregating this probability. So with this, we find the hidden demand or effective demand in the market, so that since the supply is fixed and then we predict the demand, then we now somehow figure out the price. But this is a very theoretical, so this does not really match the reality, but then it helps us to have a very good baseline. And then for the dealing of dealing with the outliers, we look at a lot of different graph models, so for example, here, there is a cohort, like these are wallets, the dots are wallets, and they are trading each other, right? So using in this kind of like graph technique, we try to figure out whether this trade is legit or not. Wash trading is very famous technique in NFT space. So for example, you have two different wallets, and then with one wallet, you put you sell your NFT to the wallet B, and then wallet B again sell its NFT to wallet A, and then you're doing several times just to make some prices, just to have fake prices. So this is a very like this kind of behavior is quite very prevalent in this market. That's why you have to know whether these are outliers or not, because that contributes to having better understanding about the historical prices of those NFTs. So we use graph model to figure out like whether they are buying and selling within a cohort. Yeah, so this is quite difficult issue, but then using this kind of technique, we try to figure out the right prices. Yeah, sorry for the very verbose explanation. Maybe if you guys have questions, just ask. I will answer your questions. Yeah, we can talk more. I can talk more by just answering the questions. All right, there's a question. What efforts should companies make to revitalize and popularize NFT businesses to activate the transaction?
Sorry, Daniel, actually it is a question for me. So I am writing an answer to the students. So I will give one more questions to you. You said it is more important for NFT space to financialize NFTs. So most of the students and auditors are just thinking about their service using NFT. So they will create a Web3 style service using NFT. In this case, how can come up with the concept of finalization of NFT? So what I mean is financialization is your business or OpenSea's business, but ours are just the creator or builder of service using NFT. We don't. Our goal is not making NFT financial service. So we just use NFT. But how can we consider finalization of NFT for our service?
Oh, that's a really good question. I'm still like brainstorming like how just typical like Web 2.0 companies or startups can make use of NFTs in their service, or using the take advantage of financialization of NFTs. But the like the NFT financialization is derived from the idea that how they can leverage and use their NFTs already have, right? That's why, like, I don't know, like this is a really really tough question. Like,
Sorry.
yeah, I mean, I usually like I don't know, I'm quite inside the bubble in crypto. That's why, like, like I don't know. I usually like deal with like degens and um, crypto company. That's why it's just natural to like um, bring up the NFT financialization concept. But then for the just normal business or normal startups, it's really hard to um, use like NFT financialization stuff within their business.
Okay, sorry about that. I will
Okay.
change the question.
Uh,
Currently, many companies, especially web companies, are minting NFT with their utility. So usually they put some utilities or benefits to their NFT. So in this case, I think valuation will be different from pure NFT like BAYC, because BAYC don't contain any utilities.
Right.
The price just will be decided in the market. But NFTs from Web2 companies contains some value or utility into NFT. So it will it may fix the price of NFT, so reduce the volatility. It makes sense, or
Right, makes sense. Yeah, yeah. I think, yeah, you're talking about intrinsic value of NFT.
yes,
Um,
that's right, intrinsic
yeah,
value.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. Like a lot of company are thinking about like putting intrinsic value into their NFTs. For example, for example, like NFT, like membership NFT. The like having the membership NFT, then you can have access to a lot of different resources. And then if you quantify those resources or the value of those resources, then you can put the price tag very easily, right? So, or you can connect your NFT with the physical goods, right? Then, um, like, for example, like as long as there is a like price tag on these physical goods, and then you have another like digital twin of these physical goods in as a form of NFT, then the intrinsic value of this NFT is these physical goods. That's why it's better. It's way easier and more intuitive to understand the value of this NFT. So there are a lot of Web3 companies are working on this idea. There are two questions in the meeting chat. One is, what is the category of NFT that NFTBank focuses on, PFP or arts or games? So we have been focusing on a wide spectrum of NFTs, except arts. As I said, arts is not very quantifiable. Like it's really difficult to value. It's more like an appraisal than measuring or the predicting value stuff. So yeah. And then another question is how to efficiently detect NFT wash trades. Um, there will be a whole lot of like literature regarding detecting outliers. So yeah, I will not get into that today because there are a lot of papers out there just focusing on like outliers. But we are using some of those literature in our company. Yeah, but this is really hard stuff.
Okay, during waiting for another question, I will ask previous question. What efforts should companies make to revitalize and popularize NFT businesses to activate the transaction? So difficult to answer. Currently, many NFTs went down, and so how can we revitalize these NFTs? So my advice is, I think NFT is just a tool to wrap some contents. When you're, in case of your question, the pet portal, wrapping pet portal with NFT is the first experience to that you can give to customers, but you shouldn't. It shouldn't be the last experience. So the more important thing is how to design the features or benefits for the NFT holders. If I hold that NFT, how can I do more with that NFT? So it's more fundamental question. So it is not about NFT. So NFT is a kind of proof of holding your NFT. So designing benefits or this part is totally different story rather than crypto or blockchain. But you can imagine a very different picture rather than traditional way, because NFT can prove real holder, and also holder can sign some actions or something, so you can engage, you can make holders engage your service if they hold on NFT. So you have to leverage these features, but these features are not may not be related to blockchain. Just it is about your service, Web2 service. So those are important things.
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Yeah, like NFT itself cannot be a silver bullet.
That's right.
Yeah, it's just a means of, yeah, it's a tool, really. It's a tool. So like you can use any way you want, but then, the tool itself cannot make your business better or more appealing. So yeah. But then like NFT, like if you use in a good way, for example, like the membership, the value of membership is very important in your business, then you can use NFT to materialize those kind of value to the public, so that they can really more vividly see the memberships, the existence of memberships, like privilege. I don't know, but then yeah, I totally agree. Like NFT itself doesn't really change anything for your business unless your business is doing a great job for satisfying your users.
And one more good feature of NFT that you can leverage is it's a standard. So it's very important. So the reason why I teach you many standards like ES721, 1155, it is a standard. So when you create your own NFT, you have a chance to collaborate with other service, because if they understand ES721 or 1155, so you can make some collaboration with other service related to your service, like pet service. So if you don't use NFT, in order to collaborate with other service, you can you have to talk about the implementation of your service. But in case of using NFT, you don't need to explain your NFT, because if they know blockchain, they can understand how they can use your NFT. So NFT is kind of floating object among many services. So when you design your service, you have to leverage these kind of things for collaboration. Okay, so I think we need to finish. Time's up. So Daniel gave us very good presentation about finalization of NFT. It's a very advanced issue, but maybe you will see this kind of service in near future, 1 or 2 years. So so please give him a loud applause. Okay, we finished the topic of non-fungible assets and many standards, ERC standard. So next week we will move on to governance. So I will explain you to how to implement governance, like voting or a simplified version of DAO, maybe. So, okay. So let's see to the next lecture. So, okay. Bye.
Bye. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. Thank you.